Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you'd be fine. This is Think New Syllabus Mathematics, Book 1. Today we are going to do exercise 12C, area and perimeter of plane figures, in which we are going to do question number 7. So watch the video till the end. Here they are saying find the area of the shaded region where O is the center of the circle. So you can see that it's a composite figure where some of the shapes are uh, semicircle, where we can see a triangle, where we can see a parallelogram, and a composite sort of figure. So to see it as a whole, it seems like it's a trapezium. Like if we draw the outer region, you can see that it's a clear trapezium. How do we know that the two sides, AE and BC, are parallel to each other, but not all four sides are equal to each other. Hence, it's not a parallelogram nor a rhombus, but it's a trapezium. And in a trapezium, we know that how do we find the area of a trapezium? That we just take the two parallel lines, add them up, and then we write it like this. Area of a trapezium is equals to parallel line 1 plus parallel line 2. In this case, we have AE is parallel to BC. And then we just divide it by 2 and then multiply it by base. So we can take, the height. And since we have a 90-degree angle at point A, so AB is the height. So since it's a trapezium, and if we find the area of the trapezium, we will get the area of the whole figure. But we don't need the areas of the two shapes inside this shape, which is a parallelogram and a semicircle. So next, what are we going to do? We will find their areas too, and then we will subtract it from the area of the trapezium so that the area remaining would be the area of the shaded region. That's what we have to find in this card. So let's start with area of trapezium. If we took this line AE as parallel line 1, it would be 13 plus 12 because it's splitted into two parts. You see, this is 13. The upper part is 13 from E to G, and from G to A, it is 12 centimeters. So parallel line 1 has a sum of 25 centimeters. Then if we talk about parallel line 2, the opposite side BC is 15 centimeters. So the sum of the two parallel lines would be 15 plus 15 is equals to 30 upon 2, which would be 15. 30 upon 2 means 15. It means, why do we do that? Because in a trapezium, the two parallel lines are not equal in nature. And to find out the area, we need a base. So what we do there, we just add them up and find their average. That is, if the two parallel lines would have been equal, then each of them would be 15 centimeters each. That is how we come to know the base. Now, next, if we have to find out the base, the height, then what we do? We just find the distance between the two parallel lines in the form of a straight line and a perpendicular line. Since we already have been provided with this perpendicular line from A to B, so we can see that the height would be 24 centimeters. So what's next? We just have to multiply it by 24. That's it. And when we multiply 15 by 24, the answer would be 360 centimeters squares. It means the area of this whole shape is 360 centimeter square. Now, after finding the area of the whole trapezium, we will go for the parallelogram. Which is DEGH. So what's the formula for finding the area of the parallelogram? It's simple. Base multiplied by height. We'll go for the height. Since the height is given from F to D, so we will take the base from G to E. So the base is GE and height is DF. Okay. So GE is 13 centimeter. Now you can understand that why have they split it, the base AE, into two parts, that 13 and 12 centimeters, because we needed this base for the parallelogram, which is not the base of the trapezium. Okay. The bases of parallelogram and the trapezium are not equal to each other. Therefore, they have split it into two parts. So it would be 13 multiplied by DF is equals to 16 centimeters. So when we will multiply the two, we will get the total answer, that is 208. And if we go for the area of the semicircle, BOC. So the formula for this is, since we know the area of a circle is pi r square, and if we divide it by 2, it becomes the area of a semicircle. So in this case, what are we going to do? We will write the value of pi, which is 22 upon 7, multiply by radius. Radius is not given. It's the diameter that is given, that is 15 centimeters. So what we will do, we will divide it by 2 as well. 15 upon 2, the whole square. And then comes the divided by 2. Okay. So it becomes 22 upon 7 multiply by 15 upon 2 is 7.5. So we'll find its square, which would be 56.25. Divided by 2 means we will divide it by 2. That's it. Okay. Now, what can we do next? 2 ones are 2, 2 11s are 22. So what we will do, we will multiply 56.25 with 11 and then divide it by 7. So the final answer would be 88.4. After rounding it up, it becomes 88.4 centimeters square. So this is the area of the semicircle. Next, what we have to do, we just have to find out the area of the shaded part. So we will take the whole area of this trapezium, which was 360. Then we will subtract the area of the parallelogram, which was 208, and then we will further subtract the area of the semicircle, which is 88.4. So the final answer would be 360 minus 208 is equals to 152. 152 minus 88.4 equals to 63.6. As you can see in the shape, almost half, or you can say more than half space is covered by the unshaded part. Therefore, the area is very small. Since the area of the trapezium is 360 and 63.6 is not even half of it. And we can see, it's clearly seen that in this shape, the shaded part is very less in comparison to the unshaded part. So this would be 63.6 centimeters square. Students, just make a small, I made a small mistake over here. While adding 13, 12, and 15, I wrote 30 over here by mistake. So just make a correction over it, would be 40 upon 2. So when you'll divide 40 by 2, you will get 20. And when you'll multiply 20 by 24, the answer would be 480 centimeters square. It means the area of the trapezium would be 480 centimeters square. And when we will subtract it from the areas of the parallelogram and that of the semicircle, the final answer would be 183.6 centimeters squares. Or when you round it up, it would become 184 centimeters square. Now in the next question, it's very interesting question. You have to Be very careful while doing this question. It says the cross section of a footstool and its dimensions are shown in figure A, where you can see that as a whole, if we take it as a whole, like if we draw a line below as well, so it becomes a trapezium. As you can see, the side 35 centimeters and the whole side of 45 centimeters is a trapezium. And then there is a cross section. So this part is excluded from this stool. So we can say that again, this shape, which is not part of this stool, is a trapezium as well. So if we find the area of the bigger shape, that is area of trapezium, like this. Taking parallel side 1 as 45 centimeters and parallel side 2 as 35 centimeters. And then adding them up, we will get 80. When we will divide it by 2, we will get 40. Okay? And then we are provided with the height as well, which is 30 centimeters from top to bottom. So what we will do next, we will multiply it by 30. So 40 into 30 is equals to 4 threes are 12 and 0, 0. So it would be 1200 centimeters square. But this is the area of the whole trapezium that includes this part as well. Whereas in the stool, this part is not included. So we'll find the area of trapezium 2. Let's take it as trapezium 2. For this, the bases are 30 centimeters and 15 centimeters. So we will add them up. We will get 45. And then we will just divide it by 2. So it would be 22.5. And the height is given as 15 centimeters. You can see that the height from top to bottom of the smaller trapezium is given as 15 centimeters. So we'll just have to multiply it by 15. Which would be 337.5. So we can say that area of footstool would be, since there's a smaller trapezium is not part of the footstool, therefore we have to exclude it from the whole trapezium. It becomes 1200 minus 337.5, which is 862.5 centimeter square. So this is the area of the cross section of the stool. Or we can just round it up to make it 863 centimeters squares. Okay. Now, what are they saying next? They are saying manufacturer is considering changing the cross section of this stool to that shown in the figure B, where arc ABC is a semicircle. Now, what is happening? The trapezium that we had of 35 by 45 by 30 is the same, but the cross section is different. Now, from a trapezium, it has turned into a semicircle. So what they're saying find the calculate the percentage increase or decrease in the area of the cross section. So now what we have to do, we have to figure out that what is the area of the cross section now. Okay. Earlier, the cross section was how much? It was having an area of 337.5, right? This was the area. And now let's see what would be the area of the cross section. The new cross section is the semicircle now. So to find out its area, what we have to do, we have to use its formula, that is pi r square upon 2, where pi is a constant value, that is 22 upon 7, multiplied by r. R is for the radius, but we are provided with the diameter of 30 centimeters from A to C. Since we have to find out its radius, so we will make its half. It would be 30 upon 2 to the whole square, and then we will divide it by 2. Okay, so it would be 22 upon 7 multiply by 30's square is 3 3s are 9 and 0 0 upon 2. Divided by 2 will change into 1 upon 2. So we will divide 2 with 22, we will get 11 over here. 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are 8, and then it's 450. So what we will do, we will multiply 450 by 11, which is 4950. And then we will divide it by 7. So the answer would be 707. It means the cross section have an area of 707 centimeters squares. Earlier, it had an area of 337.5 centimeters squares. It means the cross section has increased. So it's 353.5 centimeters squares, students. So the cross section would be, that is area of the stool would be, in both the cases, we have to find out the area of the stool, which is the cross section, right? So area of the stool, footstool would be 1200 less 353.5 centimeters, right? So it would be 846.5 centimeters square. Earlier, the area of the cross section was 863 centimeters square after rounding it up. And now the cross section area is 846.5, that is 847 after rounding it up. So it means there is a decrease. And now if we have to find out the percentage decrease, we have already learned it in chapter number 8. How do we find the percentage decrease or increase? Since there is a decrease, so we have to find out the percentage decrease. For this, what we have to do, we have to take the two figures, that is 863 minus 847 divided by 863. You people have learned this in detail in chapter number 8 already. So if we subtract 863 with 847, the answer is 16. Next, we will divide it with 863, the initial amount, and multiply it by 100%. So the answer would be 1.85%. Or you can say that 2% after rounding it up. This is what was required in part 2. So there was a lot of calculation that we have to do in this particular question. You see what we did? First, we found the area of the whole trapezium. Then we found the area of the smaller trapezium. Then we found the area of the cross section by subtracting both. Similarly, we did the same for the second figure. That is, we found the area of the trapezium, which was the same as the figure didn't change as a whole. But then we found the area of the semicircle. Then we subtracted it from the whole trapezium to find out the area of the cross section. Then we compared the two cross section areas. There was a difference of 16 centimeters square because the semicircle is quite large. So the cross section has been reduced by 1.85%, which was required in the question. So for now, we have completed question number 7 and 8. Inshallah, we are going to do a few more questions in the next video. Until then, take care. If you are new to the channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to share it with your friends. Take care. Allah Hafiz.